Sales is basically just harassing random people that don't want to talk to you. No, listen, here's something that I've been thinking about. A lot of people, when they consider like they want to get rich, they want to make more money, they just consider things like, oh, like I need to go to school, I need to get a better job. And yes, that will absolutely help. But, if you want to make a lot of money, and I'm talking about people that want to make like 50, 100K a month, like basically to be a millionaire, like net income $1 million a year, you're not really going to be able to do that through a job ever. It's just not going to happen. So that's why a lot of people, look into sales and business to make a lot of money. And anyone who's like tried sales, right? Let's say, for example, you want to make 100K a month. You have a $10,000 offer, so that means you need to sell it to 10 people a month to make 100K a month, right? So obviously you do that, social media, content, marketing, sending DMs, cold emails, clips, follow-ups, sales calls, closing clients, fulfillment. And what I've been thinking is like say for example, when you're doing door-to-door sales, and I've tried door-to-door sales, you're basically just harassing random people that don't want to talk to you, right? And the best guys have a huge social battery where they're basically able to talk to 100 people, and 99 of them will tell them to F off, and one of them will be pestered enough to buy something. That's pretty much how it works. And it's kind of like an unfortunate reality because, a lot of guys, that get on the path of self-improvement, specifically like wanting to make more money, you don't want to, you don't really want to like harass people or like irritate random people. But, like when you're online and you're like pitching people, like people, they're just going to be extremely disrespectful to you, right? Because you're just talking to so many people. And people are going to be extremely disrespectful. They're going to tell you to F off. But it's necessary to like making money, right? Like, bro, like if you're in the DMs, right? So you have an offer, you're sending cold DMs, you're doing follow-up sequences. You're just gonna have a lot of people that are just gonna block you, tell you to F off, just to maybe find like one guy that's interested in buying your offer. It is what it is. So it's like, unfortunately, if you really do like have a business offer and you want to make a lot of money, then yeah, you need to be doing sales. Like that's the unfortunate reality. Like, and it's really hard to think about low key because like you think about wanting to be a good person, you think about not wanting to annoy people. Like sales is like you're just harassing people that don't really want to talk to you, that aren't really interested. That's pretty much all that it is. So like the most difficult part about it is like how much you're willing to tolerate. But if you really think about it, like every job really just relies from a guy that sells it. Like even if you're a doctor and you make 30K a month or whatever, you're like, oh, I make 30K a month, I don't harass random people. But it's like, well, the only reason you have a job and you make your money is because there was a salesman that worked for your medical practice or your hospital, whatever, that was basically able to sell something to someone and close them. So you're able to collect, so the hospitals that you work for is able to basically collect money so they can pay you, right? You're just like a fulfillment service of the guy that ended up selling the product. The guy that sold the product, he is the reason that you have money so you can get paid and money can get dispersed to you. It's like, for example, like even with the offer that I do, like say if you have a virtual assistant that works for you and you pay them like $500 a month to list items online, right? The only reason that virtual assistant gets paid is because, say, like me, a salesman, or someone else was basically able to find a client and sell him on the idea of creating an e-commerce store. So say, for example, I have a client, he pays me $1,000 a month to manage his e-commerce stores. I pay a guy in the Philippines $500 a month to list items for him. The only reason that guy in the Philippines has a job is because the client is paying me, and I was the one who ended up selling it. So if you really look into it, like any job you have, like say you work, like even for example, if you're a lawyer and you work for a law firm, like there was a salesman for the law firm that is the one that ends up collecting the revenue that you have, that is responsible for giving you your paycheck, right? So at a certain point, you just start to realize it's just like, like if you have a job, that's good for paying the bills, but sales is pretty much the only way to like make unlimited cash, just having unlimited commission, right? That's why it's good to like start your own business and learn sales and learn how to talk to people. But it just like, bro, it feels like a lot of things with sales is just literally like harassing random people. If you try door-to-door sales like I've done, like I told you, like the best guys that do door-to-door sales, like it's like, yeah, like if you have a pest control contract that's an annual $600 a year contract, $50 a month or whatever, and you get 200 commission each time you sell it. It's like, yeah, if you sell 5 people a day, you can make 1K a day, sure. But it's like, if you want to sell 5 people a day, you need to knock on like 200, 300 doors. And a large majority of them are going to waste your time. Are going to be extremely disrespectful. Are going to tell you to F off. It's just the name of the game. And that's one thing that I'm starting to realize now. Like when you're, talking to a lot of people or you're doing a lot of follow-ups, you're sending a lot of emails, like you're just going to have so many negative replies. And it's just literally like, it's part of the game, right? So like a lot of these guys, that have like fear of rejection or fear of being disrespectful, it's like, dude, like you're never gonna make any money in business whatsoever. So yeah.